My biggest right is my responsibility, my custodial responsibility to the environment.
Last week, during a press conference in Montreal, the Mohawk Council of Ganawage, along with several environmental groups, accused Quebec of prioritizing profit over protecting the environment. The groups claimed the government has been less than transparent and questioned their handling of the Northvolt electric vehicle battery plant project.
Right now, what we're deeply concerned about is the fact that neither Quebec, the Quebec government, nor the federal government reached out to us in terms of any kind of meaningful consultation on the project.
The $7 billion project was announced in September and will produce electric car batteries. The work on the future factory is in Montreal's South Shore. Construction began in January after receiving authorization by the Provincial Environment Department.
At that site are endangered species. We have there 142 bird species, including 14 at risk.
But Chief Montour said that the Mohawk Council has only had one meeting with the province regarding the future battery plant.
They attempted to have one consultation with us where they said they didn't have a duty to consult. Okay, and I'm sorry, but I said I'm not sorry. You guys you're behaving like pimps.
The federal government and the province will invest $2.7 billion for the construction of the factory. It is expected to be built by the end of 2026.
Si on est ici aujourd'hui, c'est pas pour s'opposer à un projet, c'est pour demander au gouvernement d'arrêter de jouer dans la réglementation environnementale et dans les mécanismes de consultation publique à sa guise.
Marc-André Viau, the Director of Governmental Relations with the environmental group Équiterre, said the lack of transparency by Quebec has eroded the public's trust in the project.
Ce que le gouvernement a fait, c'est que le gouvernement a créé une réglementation pour que la compagnie ne soit pas soumise aux mécanismes de consultation publique du Bureau d'audience publique en environnement. Donc, à ce moment-là, la compagnie n'a pas à présenter tous les documents de façon publique.
Although the Environmental Public Hearing Office is not a decision-making body, it requires public consultation on the impacts of any projects that affect the environment and issues recommendations. But for Northvolt, they streamlined the process.
La mentalité derrière la vision du gouvernement, c'est vraiment de créer un cadre réglementaire spécifique pour l'entreprise. Et ça, c'est problématique parce que personne ne sait à quoi s'attendre.
Northvolt did not respond to a request for comment. In late January, a Quebec Superior Court judge rejected an injunction request to stop the work by the Quebec Environmental Law Center. The Mohawk Council of Ganawage filed a lawsuit with Quebec Superior Court to demand orders requiring both levels of government to engage in consultation.
Right now, there's a mediator that's been appointed, who's formerly functioned as a lawyer, is now a judge, and so we'll be looking at and discussing the merits of our motion there in a case management way, and then we'll see down the road whether or not there's further action to take.
Quebec's Environment Ministry was unable to speak to APTN News before the deadline. Maricela Amador, APTN National News, Montreal.